what it was. You know who it is, and you tuned in with Priceless Knowledge yourself, and I came to bring you a little more cosmic insight for the late night hype. Hey, man, I figured since I brought you a little bit about this transit moon in Pisces earlier, I'll also bring you a little bit on what it means to have the moon in Pisces in your natal chart as well. And I want to bring this to you because, this is one of my favorite placements. Michael Jackson has this placement, Prince has this placement. Robin Williams has this placement. Kanye West even has this placement. Hell, I have this placement. And before I even get into that, I'm going to give you a little bit about what the moon is in your natal chart, as well as a little bit more about the sign of Pisces. So let me kick that off. What is the moon? The moon rules the fourth house of the chart, and as well as the sign of Cancer. The moon is about your instinctive awareness, your emotional nature. It can represent the relationship you have with your mother or lack thereof. It can represent the relationship you have with other prominent female figures in your life. The moon in a man can represent the type of wife he desires. The moon is about who you are internally, who you are to you. It's one of the big three that consist of their sun, the moon, and the ascendant or the rising. And not everybody's going to see your moon sign, man. Everybody's not going to get to know your moon sign. The moon sign is kind of reserved for those people closest to you and those that really know you well, and the moon is sacred, man. And being in its close proximity to Earth, I feel like it's the one celestial body that's going to affect you the most on a day-to-day basis, This has a big thing on your personality, and in Vedic astrology, the moon represents the mind. And so, what's the sign of Pisces? Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac. It rules the 12th house. Its symbol is the two fishes. It's co-ruled by both Neptune and, to a lesser degree, Jupiter. And for me, its mantra is, I believe. This is mutable water. And like I already said before, the thing with Pisces is you got to remember is it embodies the characteristics of the 11 signs that came before it. So Pisces is extremely powerful no matter how it comes across. And, Pisces is selfless, spiritual, and internally focused energy. Pisces is about intuition, being highly evolved. It's about the land of fantasy and dreams and the spiritual realm and the other side. I like to say wherever you have Pisces is a main line to the divine. And so, what you do is what you do with it. So when you have the moon and Pisces in your natal chart, this is the most intuitive, empathic, and magical place to have your moon, I like to say that having your moon in Pisces is the last stop on the soul's journey. You've lived all the 11 lives before this, and this is the last one you got to go through before you might be able to ascend. And the moon in Pisces, they had very, 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 very vivid dreams. The moon in Pisces probably had spiritual experiences as a child, And I don't know if you talked to people about it and they didn't believe you, or maybe you just kept it to yourself because you didn't know anybody that you thought would believe you. But this was something that you dealt with from a very young age, The mother of the moon in Pisces was either a very spiritual person herself. She could have been a mother that, worked too much and wasn't able to kind of be there for the child. Or maybe even she had a physical problem or was a drug addiction or was even dead. There's going to be something going on with the mom there that, is kind of lacking, or one of the parents at least. The moon in Pisces is going to be extraordinarily empathic. The moon in Pisces is what I like to say is the old soul, the wise child, the kid that knows. The little kid that comes up to you and tells you that they saw Aunt Bessie that's been dead for 50 years in the closet, that's there. The moon in Pisces can make you prone to escapist behaviors because it's very hard for you to be in the present world. You are so sensitive and you take on so much from other people that if you aren't able to get away, for real and learn to elevate your mind and meditate, that drugs and alcohol is going to be something you're probably going to deal with. I know because I've even dealt with these struggles in my life. You could be repressed sexually and spiritually, or you could be uber spiritual and uber sexual both, and understand the spirituality behind both of them. You know, sex for a moon in Pisces is a spiritual experience, you know, and they really don't fool with a lot of people like the rap says about them, because a moon in Pisces, you know, they understand that they're healers. And they can't give that magic away to everybody, or they're going to have a whole bunch of problems in their hand. And energy vampires is something that a moon in Pisces is going to have to face off with in their life. You know, a moon in Pisces is psychic and intuitive on 10. You know, they are not of this world and they know it. A moon in Pisces, man, is probably going to be very, very aggressive as a youngster, you know, and project this level of masculinity that's not really needed, because they don't understand the femininity that's in them. And as with a lot of males, they get mixed up femininity and being female, or with being weak, and it's not that at all. You know, you have to learn what life is really about, and that's love. And the moon in Pisces is love. This is about compassion, you know. The moon in Pisces, sad music is like deep breaths for their soul. You know, the moon in Pisces, they need time by themselves more than anything else. The moon in Pisces, they're probably the little kid that love to take baths, you know, and sit in that bath water and play. Their imagination is crazy. And the moon in Pisces people make beautiful writers and poets and musicians and dancers and anything that is expressive, because they're not really going to be too great at expressing their feelings verbally, intimately to people, even though they are extremely affectionate and intimate people. You know, it's just sometimes it's beyond words, and they understand that not everything's to be understood. As I said before, the moon in Pisces is a main line to the divine. The moon in Pisces, I guarantee you, they know that there's something beyond this life. And they've known as long as they've been in this life and before it. The moon in Pisces is really going to be drawn to bodies of water. They might be a little too willing to accept life's bullshit and other people's bullshit, and a little too forgiving. The moon in Pisces might come across as gullible and vulnerable to narcissistic people. But they're the type that they know they're getting fucked over, but out of love, they're just, okay. You know what I mean? They're not about destroying you or vengeance. This is the most spiritual placement of the zodiac, the most emotionally intelligent placement of the zodiac. These people have these experiences through life, and then they elevate, you know. The moon in Pisces is artistic in nature. You know, when I say that Michael Jackson is a moon in Pisces, I say that because Michael Jackson could not express himself as a grown man. But when you listen to his music, there's an edge there. There's an authenticity and an aggressiveness there that he's able only to express musically. The same thing with Prince. You know, look at Robin Williams. You know, the way that he was able to express himself through comedy, and he was like a buzzsaw, his energy. And that's the energy that comes with being a moon in Pisces. Like, this is intense energy, but it's not energy that's understandable in this physical realm. You know, the moon in Pisces is the last stop for this soul before ascension. You know, if you got a moon in Pisces, man, you already know how strong you are, and you know your weaknesses, and you probably still struggle with them, even though you're aware of them. You know, the moon in Pisces is kind of aloof and not able to be in the present. But you have to learn to be in the present, man. Life is real. And real life can't pass you by while you're playing around and in the sky. You know, I know this because I go through this. At the same time, moon in Pisces, it's great for you to be around, for you to grab somebody and turn them around and tell them you love them. Look them in those eyes and let them see the dreams and see the motherfucking universe in yours. You know, Moon and Pisces, you are about spreading love. Moon and Pisces people are so amazing with words, man. They know how to touch you right here where you feel at. You know, the Moon and Pisces people, my Moon and Pisces people, those people with Moon and Pisces like myself, I just need you to tell you that if you need somebody to talk to, because you feel like you finna go backwards, and when you all up in your negative bag and these escapist behaviors, man, hit me up. Because I've been through these same struggles. This Moon and Pisces can be a motherfucker, man. It is so powerful. And it is so misunderstood. But at the same time, what you do with it is what you do with it. Every time life gets too real, you can't run and start getting high on some bullshit and escape the shit that you need to deal with. You know, as a male in the Moon in Pisces, as a female in the Moon in Pisces, you still should be a king in this realm, a queen in this realm. You know, you ain't always got to be in the other realm and dreaming of royalty, you know, because you are already that here, you know, but you got to get this over with before you can get to where you want to be at, man. So, Moon in Pisces, it ain't nothing but love, man. I have Moon in Pisces, and I'm full of love for anybody. Hey, I appreciate the support, man. Like I said, man, this is a beautiful place, man. It don't matter where you got the moon at. If you got it in Pisces, if you got the moon in Gemini, if you got the moon in Sagittarius, if you got the moon in Cancer, it don't matter, man. Just because you built like that, don't mean you got to build like that, man. If you fooling with me, please like, share, and subscribe, cuz, hey, if you need any astrological reasons whatsoever, please either hit me up in the comments below or email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. Go join my Facebook group, Priceless Knowledge Yourself. Hey, man. It ain't nothing but love, man. Moon and Pisces.